Volunteers with a huge lead at the halftime break. 17-49-32. And here's the in-game box score, powered by CSTV, the 24-hour college sports channel from CBS Sports.
Well, you can see the job Lofton has done. He's just developed so much. He can get to the rim, put that one bounce. He's got a space dribble as well. A little down, a little freeze. And how about a little offensive glass? And wake up the Buckeyes. Oden only one shot. Right, 3 fouls. I mean, he's got to get it going. They got to use him early. They got to get some energy going in their midst. They are just not themselves.
Well, you and I are longtime observers of this game. I didn't care for the body language I saw when the Buckeyes came back. They still looked a little lethargic. Most points scored in the second half by a Buckeye team this year. Excuse me, Bill. 56 against VMI on November 10th.
Well, Tennessee is the kind of a team, they're going to keep playing. If they don't make their shots, it's going to enable Ohio State to get some early moves down the floor. This is not insurmountable, Vern. It's just getting in it right away, I think. Getting it to 10 within 4 minutes would be terrific for them.
They got the final 3 in the first half on David Lighty's basket and foul. And that's going to be...
And you can see right away, Butler from the bench, Thadmont applauding over there, dumping it down, getting Oden some touches, putting some pressure on the interior defense.
Chisholm's second foul. Conley will inbound.
They're really banging Oden pretty good.
Lewis, nice adjustment.
And that's because Oden kept the center, Chisholm, busy. And he runs the floor right away, Chisholm. And then Oden, good sign, Vern.
Now Ramar Smith. Back outside to Bradshaw.
This is so typical of Tom Davis, the Drake and Iowa coach, just retired. His son Keno's taken over for him. The influence he's had on Bruce Pearl. He'll use a little clock, occasionally use the dribble drive to find someone.
Bradshaw penetrates. Tries to go by Oden. Well, here comes Conley. Buckeyes have scored the last 5. That overlaps the end of the half and the beginning of this one.
How about this?
Missed it.
Didn't make it, but great opportunity.
Ramar Smith with Harris back defensively.
The blow by, huh? Wow. Step it up a gear. It's amazing. You miss at one end and pay for it at the other.
Looked a little Matador defense down there.
Very much so.
Waving the cape and saying, go right on by. Here, the acrobatic attempt by Conley, and he'll go to the line.
And Bradshaw, I believe, gets the nick, but right here, you're back on your heels, little head and shoulder, and then just put it up a notch and get to the 10.
Conley at the line. Shoots 2. You can still watch NCAA tournament games live online and get highlights or replay any game with NCAA March Madness on demand. It's free at ncom/MMOD.
Well, they got the firepower to get back in this, but it's not going to help them if they don't guard. They've got to do a better job on Tennessee. We know the ability deep by Tennessee, and it's complemented by the bounce.
Ramar Smith, Jawan Smith, Lofton. Oh my gracious!
Well, I'll tell you, he turns and gets squared away, just like Bernard King did in the post at Tennessee and later in the NBA for the Knicks. That is some quick catch, chuck, and duck.
Among the more memorable evenings in Knoxville this year was the game in which they hosted Florida. They retired Bernard King's jersey that night. Peyton Manning gave the pregame speech, and Pat Summitt, the outstanding women's coach, repaid the effort of Bruce Pearl. She came out in a cheerleader outfit.
And she looked good. I'd like to say the same about Bruce.
No contest.
That would be stretching it. And of course, Ernie, a nice post up again, and they're giving it right to the big guy. This is much better. You see the bench responding a little more enthusiasm, and Tennessee has to counter now.
Well, much has been made of the wrist injury suffered by Greg Oden. It cost him the first 7 games of this season. He shot free throws left-handed until they won over Wisconsin 49-48, and he went to the right-handed shot after that game. And over the course of the year, most of his free throws left-handed, 65%.
Isn't that amazing?
If he misses this, he's going back to the left hand.
You know, that's going to help him down the road, too. His ability to go either shoulder and a definite into the other end.
Bradshaw, 14-point margin.
And Butler really working hard. Look at Lofton get behind the screen. Got a great look.
Oden, great position for the rebound. Here's Conley. Harris for three. Watch out.
And Oden made an effort. He was late coming down, but he was looking to get to the rim, and that's what they need, a little life, a little spark right now.
Mr. Raftery, you called this at the halftime break. They're trailing by 11.
Well, the Big Ten, they've been through. They did not play like one, but I think the length of the day, the lethargicness of just hanging around, and they get the block here.
Against whom? And Harris is down, holding his right leg. Oden is still down.
Some early hits. Hopefully he will be okay, Vern. The ability to step in and look at from behind. Now you wonder, with Oden back there, he's going to have to say, get out of the way. Let him come. I mean, he's an insurmountable factor defensively. He is just reading the play. You'll see, well, he happens to be over there. There's not much he could do. And he took the hit, and I guess Oden actually fell on his leg.
So Ivan Harris is still down. Oden up.
Down the road, that might be the most money Harris ever has on his body. when Oden landed on him. Let's hope he's okay. That's good.
Harris did get the foul. And his first in the game.
And he had just made the jumper, you know, trying to cause a turnover. Thad's got a lot of juice out there. That tie, I got a kick out of some of the stories. His daughters pick the tie out every game. That can be dangerous. I know in my house it would have been.
It would be, yes. Although I must say, knowing your three daughters, their taste is impeccable.
They do. Much better than mine, I
in
agree.
Their choice of a mother. 51-40. SEC 7-2 tournament record so far, 3 in the sweep. The Big Ten 6-5 tournament record, and Ohio State the only team remaining.
And Vern, as you approach that 10-point number, all of a sudden the jump shots don't come as easily when you're in the lead. You start thinking, so you got to tighten up on Lofton.
Lewis, guarded by Ramar Smith. Conley kicked back, Butler spot up three. Long rebound, Conley has it.
Well, he's got great poise, doesn't he? Gets to the free throw line. Just attacking a little bit more aggressive by nature. I'm sure people back in Columbus are saying, what team is that in white? Particularly the first half.
Not the one they've seen in 35 games prior to this evening. Conley. One more. They have shaved a 20-point deficit in half. And they
quickly
can get it to single digits now inside 3 minutes and 50.
Now Lofton back on the floor. You would think something might go through him, at least a touch or two.
51-40.
He does not want that next foul, number 4. They lift him again. This is very favorable early in the game.
Lofton takes the jumper off the front rim. Othella Hunter.
And right up on him defensively.
Lewis penetrates. But it falls.
The graduation, youngster, huh? To the 10. And then that adjustment around it.
Ryan Childress in and out. Lewis for Ohio State.
Give it up.
Kick it out. Conley, jumper. Too strong.
And he's really worked on that shot, too. A lot of time with the coaches and his dad.
Duke Cruz, number 32.
And Butler's the guy on Lofton. Over him. Look how far you got to play him tight.
There they are.
And they use the dribble for him now. You have so much more effective. You can get right to the rim, too.
Oden switches, now the switch back.
Conley.
That's 3.
Yep.
Time call.
We'll get you right back to San Antonio, but first in San Jose, the UCLA Bruins continue to lead Pittsburgh on the strength of some three-point shooting. Josh Shipp, long range away. UCLA with a 46-39 lead, 7:18 to play in the second half. We'll keep you updated. Back to San Antonio, Vernon Raft.
Thanks, Greg. We continue to document what's going on here. And Ohio State has cut the margin to 7.
Playing with a lot more confidence, fire, intensity on both ends of the floor.
Ryan Childress. There's Jordan Howell.
And they love to get Oden away from that lane, and I don't blame them. Gives him a chance to trim. Nice cut, and no Oden.
Cruz.
A little
There's
late.
Oden.
He
How
came.
about that?
He came, he saw.
No call.
He decimated.
Yeah. Lofton for 3. Open look.
Oh, that's money. Looks like Conley's shaken up a little on that run. They banged heads or banged bodies here when it came loose, and then with the half court. This is what you want from your big fella. Get in there and do some damage. Conley taking a hit and keeps playing though.
Mike Conley trying to shake it off. He, Hunter, Butler, Ron Lewis, and Oden on the floor for Ohio State.
Trying to load up Oden. They clear to enter. Look at a great job Chisholm is doing. Nice play by Oden. I think that's a hold. They got to call that. Chisholm, boy, if he had a rope. Goodness. I thought it was at the Rodeo here. Not Rodeo Drive, by the way. Well, you know, I'm hybrid this.
Oh. Billy,
Right
I can't
here.
bring the New Jersey kid down here like that.
Well, in Texas, I better get it right.
And so the inbound play. Hunter.
Wow. Nice spin out by Hunter and a great look. And they didn't face the inbound pass to the corner.
54-46, under 15 to go. Jordan Howell has the ball in his hands. Josh Tabb, number 25. Lofton guarded by Lewis. Butler picks up Tabb.
It's tougher. You know, it's getting closer to pulling the string a little bit.
Here comes Conley. Oden calls for it.
Look at that shake move, and Hunter with the screen. Was that pretty? That's team basketball. That's not a set play, Vern. It's just a great read. But right here, you can just see they're not facing the corner with the pass. It opens it up for a nice spin out, and then the strong completion.
Conley back at the free throw line. The foul was on Childress. Conley 4 of 5 at the line tonight. Discover friends you never knew you had. Win an NCAA men's Final Four trip for 2 only at mycokerewards.com/NCAA.
Right now, Tennessee's got to just relax a little bit, get their composure, run their set. And they're very active without the ball, particularly Lofton. And Butler, as noted earlier, has just tagged him, not leaving him, not giving him an inch.
6-point deficit.
There's the lift.
Bradshaw out of the guard spot now. Has Hunter out with him.
That's all they need to give one. Now, this is the spread. Look how far Hunter has to come to help out, but he didn't make it. That's 3 of them.
And here come the Buckeyes. Conley. Lewis for 3. No.
Oden took a long time to get down. He's got to sprint to get to the rim. Hunter inside. Found her.
Another foul on Tennessee.
You know, we mentioned Wilt Chamberlain before. Look at back here now. And that's, you know, that's Wilt used to do that in the NBA. Figure, you know what, if they're going to fast break, I'm not going to be involved. But he's got to sprint the floor and get the offensive rebound. And even if they don't have something, now he's deep enough where they can bang it into him. And maybe fatigue. Part of the factor is they go with Terwilliger now.
Going to give Oden the rest. Terwilliger on. Hunter shoots one more free throw. Missed them both.
Well, you must say Odin's conditioning has improved throughout the year. And that's very important when you want to play the game at a lofty level.
Now Terwilliger has the job of defending Chisholm.
And right away they look to sneak him in the post because of that. He can get away with some things. Having trouble scoring right now. It's not a delay game, but they're being forced late in the clock.
6 on the shot clock. Bradshaw takes it with 2 seconds left.
That's when he's toughest. He's unbelievable, that kid. You know he doesn't have a high percentage at 29, but he hits dagger jumpers for this team. What a franchise player.
2 seconds on the shot clock. Lead back to 9. Lewis.
And Smith does not get out in time.
Pressure applied by Conley. Bradshaw had trouble getting it in. And now Ramar Smith. In this second half, Tennessee 2 of 7. Remember, they hit 6 of their first 8. And Lofton has missed a couple now.
And what they're doing is getting early. Look at Bradshaw in the back. What almost causes the turnover. I mean, he's a nudge, deflecting, getting involved.
He's a what?
He could work with us. He's a nudge.
I thought that's what you said. Welcome to our broadcast booth.
In a positive way, though. Just a great impact on the game. Plays it thoroughly enmeshed.
57-51. Up and off the glass and in.
Wow, is he tough. He loves big situations. Well, he's got a degree. He can relax.
In sociology. Lofton, Butler. Conley got knocked down in the traffic near the basket. Bruce Pearl is coaching on the sideline.
Hey, I thought he was going to look for a timeout. Look at Bradshaw trying to take over. He does. The taller Hunter does not prevail.
Time called. 11:50.
San Jose. UCLA has led much of the game. Can't quite put the Panthers away yet. Watch the spin by Sam Young down the lane. Draws the foul. Made the three-point play. Pittsburgh trailing UCLA by 10. Under 4.5 to play. We'll keep you updated. Back to San Antonio. Vernon Raft.
See how long it's taken them to...
CBS Sports exclusive coverage of the men's basketball championship is sponsored by Fidelity Investments and by Chevy.
(57-53). Ohio State at 1-point trail by 20. Field goal percentage fairly even. Free throws, 10 of 16 for the Buckeyes. Only 2 of 7 for Tennessee. Lofton and Lewis, the scoring stars thus far. 57-53 with 11:53 to go.
And Lofton with 30 first half. So Butler has just gotten on him and stayed with him.
Mike Bradshaw on the left, Linda Bradshaw on the right. Mike, graduate of Seton Hall.
Yeah, happy to hear that. Famous Huntley moved down there years ago. Of course, their kids are good players, too. The other nice steal. They got a hold. No, they got a hold. They do. And they get cooked with the grab from the rear. But the finish on Dame Bradshaw, Ryan played at Kings Point, Cody at Barry. And they used to play 2-on-2 these. And Dame would compete. His daughter, quite a player as well.
Second foul on Ramar Smith.
What a thrill for everybody that have children playing in this thing.
And Ron Lewis goes to the line shooting 1-1. 10 of 16 at the free throw line now for Ohio State. 1-1.
Huh? One. Knows how to score.
Shoots one more. 4-point game.
They get a little nickel dimer away from the basket. I believe it was Ron Lewis.
It was.
And Lady now has the job. Let's see if they switch back.
Rumar Smith, Bradshaw, and Lofton on the floor for the Volunteers. Othello Hunter, great job defensively. Here's Conley.
Nice
Alley-oop.
Send it in. The kid sees it all. Conley. Michael delivers. Wow. High flying act at the 10.
What had been a 20-point lead is now 2.
Now, this is when you've got to have composure and get Lofton involved. Lighty's on him. The first little dribble handoff. Okay, you got a good look.
Chisholm, Hunter guards him, foul.
Nice job attacking the body. But you've got to get back and recover. All of a sudden, you see the read by Lewis. Oh, how about that? Throw it up there. The rest, rather easy. But Conley, who can shoot it left or right and obviously pass it with either hand. A terrific find and a lackadaisical Volunteer recovery.
Foul was on Hunter. That's 4. Chisholm at the free throw line.
Now you need all of those, but a 59% shooter. He played in the Real Deal on the Hill in Fayetteville, Arkansas against Greg Oden and played very well. 7 points is all Oden had. And that's when he was really discovered, they say.
Rattles that one home. Ooh, almost pressure. Yes.
And without charging. Don't take that, Lighty. Oh, the big guy around the rim. That's what happens when you get down the floor.
1 point game.
Oh,
elbow Oden on Oden.
Wow. Is that damaging?
That's 4.
Yep. Oof. And you gotta play within yourself. One of those contact deals that somehow you don't have to be there. Well, I don't know. When I stand up with the arms, generally the ref will let that go. But he may not have gotten in the right area.
Chisholm makes him pay.
North set, Burns.
So Oden limited to 9 minutes in the first half. Picks up his 4th in this half. Turnover.
And here they come. Now this is a great move by Bruce Pearl. And they've stepped it up, but you got to score to get it set.
Oden and Hunter both on the bench for Ohio State, with Jamar Butler's back on the floor replacing Daquan Cook.
And he's the guy that's been attached generally.
Oh, wow. Chisholm set a screen, and there's the basket.
Boy, that's been their favorite product. Put it on the deck and get to the rim.
Lighty. And more free throws are coming up. On your left, Chisholm with 3, Smith and Smith with 2. On your right, Oden and Hunter, each on the bench with 4.
On the bench now, it's a different look. They're stepping up the pressure. They know they don't have the great finisher, the climaxer at the back, so they can gamble a little bit more, be a little more aggressive, get over the top in the passing lane.
David Lighty, the freshman at the line.
I think he's talking about that 4th foul. You know, it's a teaching technique where you put the hands up. UCLA does it great. And get in the cutting lane, as you put the arm down, they generally call it. But it's a tough 4th foul, if you know what I mean.
I do.
Tough call as well. Nice save.
Williger tips it out. Conley. 4-point margin. Williger with a high screen. Little pick and roll back outside to Butler. Lewis, long 3.
They just don't have the big guys on the rim, but Terwilliger again gets a piece, as well as Conley.
Yeah, Lighty did too. Here's Lighty. Lewis in the low post.
Wow. And on the post area.
64-62. Oden and Hunter, the biggest of the bigs, on the bench with 4 fouls each.
Terwilliger's one of those guys. He knows how he can contribute. He is. That should have been an offensive foul, or they got the walk. One or the other.
Traveling. With 1/10 of a second left in the first half. The score was 49-29. Lighty scored a basket, was fouled, converted the free throw. 3.5 did Ohio State. There's a trip.
And unfortunately, one of those small change, inadvertent. You know what's funny about that call? Vern, you got to make it, but it's almost like, let's see if he turns it over before you make it. But you got to do it.
And so Conley goes to the line. Oh, he needed all of the ring then. There's Mike Conley Sr. in Barcelona, triple jump gold medalist.
You know, pretty good basketball guy, I'm told, too. Of course, his son's high school team won a couple state championships. He won one in Illinois. And taught a lot of these kids in AAU basketball.
We're tied.
Look at the hold off there in the box area. Good play by Cruz.
Jawan Smith bracks it out. Ramar Smith gets it now. 9:14 to go. Top seed against the 5 seed.
On Jawan Smith, he can light it up like Lofton from deep.
Terwilliger, Butler defending. Bradshaw for 3, way off the mark.
They got a piece of the rim. They got a shot clock?
Shot clock violation.
Okay, I thought it may have scraped, but that's why Bradshaw shot it. Well, you can see how tough the defense has become, forcing it deep into the shot clock. See, I think it just did misdirect a little bit.
Under 9 to go. Winner of this one gets Memphis on Saturday. Lighty. Butler. Terwilliger, great rebound.
Boy, he's been solid.
Butler puts it on the floor. Finds Terwilliger. He's fouled.
Wow. Omnipresent. Terwilliger.
He goes to the line where for the season he's been. One more. It takes courage to follow a dream. Just ask the players you're watching. Tomorrow, a gifted woman who beat the odds with a special kind of courage. Assignment America on the CBS Evening News with Katie Cook. Ohio State leads.
How about that? Whew.
Trapped. Lighty with a foul.
Boy, that was a great rotation by him. Good reaction. You can see the difference in their step, their motion. They're anxious.
One and one.
It's amazing coaches have any voices at the end of a game, huh?
You can see less than 60% for the year. Shoots one more.
A lot of energy is dissipated getting back into these games. Now, can you sustain it if you're Ohio State? And can Tennessee just reach back, check on the ticker, start running the stuff, and get good shots?
1 for 2. How long do you leave Oden on the bench?
I leave him now for a while. 5, 4 minutes. You know, when you're right there.
Oh, my.
He gets more crawlers than the local bakery. Let me tell you, he has soft deliveries.
3-point Ohio State lead. And they took the lead on the 2 Terwilliger free throws. Lofton
right on him.
Butler right there.
Oh,
doesn't matter.
There's not more than an inch in there. Able to deliver it with somebody uncontested. He's magnificent. Contested. He's magnificent.
We're tied again at 68.
On a push there. That's a good call.
Yep.
Cruz.
7 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Notched at 68.
Greg Gumbel in New York. Back to Tennessee, Ohio State in a moment. Pittsburgh and UCLA battling in San Jose. Every time Pittsburgh makes a run, UCLA has an answer. Baseline here for the 7-point lead for UCLA. It is still 7 points, 59, and now 60 to 52 UCLA. We'll bring you to this game when yours is done. Back to San Antonio.
7:26 to go in this one, 68-68. And Terwilliger, who gave Ohio State its first lead since early in the ball game with 2 free throws, is back at the line.
Well, he does a nice job. We talked about, he gets down the floor, he screens. You've seen him get some offensive rebounds, some free throws coming down the stretch.
And Ohio State at the line now, 18 of 25.
They were saying that Clarence Dials said, how about it, he plays behind me, and then they recruit Greg Oden. That's, that would set you back a little bit, but he's got a great attitude.
1 of 2. 69-68, 7:20 to go. Duke Cruz, 32. Guarded by Butler. Takes the jump.
Well, he's right on that rim, though, isn't he? And boy, that's when they switch the call. When you're playing a guy that deep in you, Del Curry, he reminds me of.
Yes.
Just doesn't need much of a cushion. Gets the ball squared, feet squared, shoulders straight on.
Now the high screen set by Terwilliger. Conley dishes, Butler in the corner.
And Conley dancing set that up. The defender in the corner thought he might have to help. Pinch.
Childress has it. Lamar Smith gets up to it. Now Childress, Lamar Smith, 10 on the shot clock.
They're getting late.
4-point Ohio State lead. 6:20 to go in the ball game. A little floater in the lane, chased down in the corner, and David Lighty has it. Now, this is an Ohio State team that trailed by 20, 49-29, with a 1/10 of a second to go in the first half. They took their first lead on free throws, and Ron Lewis has had a brilliant night. This one won't go.
Boy, they are jacking them up from deep. Tennessee's had a lot of problems getting late in the shot clock without good shots here.
Hell ball, possession arrow, Tennessee. And Bill, just to bring everybody up to date, Greg Oden, Othello Hunter on the bench with 4 fouls each. Oden, limited minutes in the first half. And he sat down with more than 8 minutes to go with his 4th foul. So he's been on the bench for quite a while.
And early in the game, this kid stepped up and made a couple. Childress, Ryan on the money.
Ryan, Ohio. A footnote, his father rather, played for the 61 Ohio State Buckeye football team.
And look at this kid get in the lane again. Doesn't make it. Conley.
Jawan Smith.
Oh! What a response. And now they're up and pressing. They've got a little vim and vigor in their step.
5:15 to go.
Look at that hesitation. Which way do you shade him, Vern? He puts it on that deck with either hand. He makes you so vulnerable with his ability to hesitate, pause, and this refreshes Ohio State as he gets to the rim. Just so tough. And this is all without Oden, this comeback, as you noted. And a lot of perimeter people dominating, a lot with the bounce, and then the kick frequently to Lewis.
Conley 8 of 9 at the line tonight. 8 of 10. Tied at 74.
Well, Tennessee got its way early. Ohio State came back at them, and now they're showing a little ticker here as they hang tough.
Under 5. Winner gets Memphis on Saturday in the Alamodome.
There's that little slice cut or shuffle cut.
Dane Bradshaw to Lofton. Butler's right there. Wow. Childress
on, and he screamed and drifted. A little fade, and he is pumped up at the other end, rightfully so.
Here comes Oden. Conley. Ron Lewis for three. In and out. Jawan Smith for Tennessee. Oh, missed it. David Lighty leaks out on the left side. Ron Lewis. Look at these quick hands. And Greg Oden has returned with the Buckeyes trailing by 3 and 4:10 left on the clock.
Boy, Ramar Smith almost had a piece of that thing going the other way. Now, they got to use him if he's in there. A lot of teams, it'll take a while for them to adjust to him. He's just locking his guy. Everybody look at the help.
Childress fronting him. Here's Oden.
The hold by Childress.
Yep.
Well, that's one way.
Greg Oden had to sit for much of this game. Foul trouble. Time call. Greg Oden in that game, 24 points and 15 rebounds. Ron Lewis had a three-pointer with 11.2 left to help defeat the Volunteers 68-66. That victory coming right after a loss in Wisconsin, put on a 19-game winning streak. And here they have fought back from 20 down to take a lead, and then Ryan Bradshaw's three-pointers have given Tennessee a three-point edge with 3:59 to go. Ryan Childress, Dane Bradshaw, and Oden at the line.
Now, you mentioned earlier his ability with the left hand. When he had injured his wrist this summer, big setback. And of course, I believe this Olympic trials. And they were disappointed he couldn't go last summer because of that injury.
One more. Hunter comes on. Oden will get a rest.
They swapped the 4 fouls. And of course, defense, offense, kind of a philosophy right now coming down the stretch.
Romali.
Lofton with Conley can step and get an elevated look. He likes a little space dribble. He doesn't need much room. Look at this kid, how much he's improved with that. Oh, magical. Great release and then smooch at the end.
3.5 to go. Conley and Butler, Othella Hunter, Lewis.
Oh, nice steal. Well, they got the arm around the top. How about that? Juwan Smith.
Bill, take another look at Lofton.
Well, you see this is a lot of hard work. They worked on him. Wouldn't let him just catch and shoot it all summer in the conditioning, and got him to take 1, 2, and then occasionally the spin. So he's really developed a total package. It makes him much more difficult and the defense vulnerable.
Conley has missed his last 2.
They need a lot of energy to get back in, and emotionally, sometimes you spend it all.
Last 3. Dane Bradshaw. 3:15 to go. Volunteers by 3, trying to knock out the #1 seed, Bradshaw.
Look at this kid.
The tip no good. Othella Hunter gets it in the hands of Conley. Butler in the corner. 3 to play.
Something going to the rim. That's what they need. They don't need the deep one unless it's a kick out.
It's a kick out.
Lighty in the right spot. Deployment.
Tied at 79 with 2:43 to go. Timeout. Volunteers. David Lighty for 3. Cans it from the corner. We are tied at 79.
Nailed it.
Volunteers 3 timeouts remaining. Ohio State with 4. Tennessee has committed 10 fouls, so double bonus for Ohio State. They've committed 7. The winner of this one will get Memphis 65-64 victors over Texas A&M earlier this evening. So if Ohio State wins this, it'll be a 1 versus a 2. If the Volunteers win it, it will be a 5-2.
And Harris on the floor now. First time we've seen him since Oden fell across his leg. So it looks like he's okay. And they're resting Oden probably for an offensive trip. Look at this play and a read by
Conley with the steal. Butler back outside. 2.5 to go. Timeout, Ohio State. Mike Conley Jr. with the theft.
I've slain the dragon and come for my reward.
Well done. This is for you.
This is all I get?
Terms and conditions state that you must slay a minimum 4 dragons before cash is earned. Tail must also be provided to prove that it is a dragon, not just a large lizard.
Is this how your cash rewards card treats you? Introducing No Hassle Cash Rewards. Earn cash on every purchase, everywhere, plus a 25% annual bonus.
Oh, you've qualified to marry my daughter. What's in your wallet?
Bruce Pearl's been trying to run this little play where they get to the goal, and look at the read by Conley. He's over here sniffing for the next pass. That looks like a layup, but his foot speed, his intelligence, and did he recover magnificently.
3 timeouts for Tennessee, 3 for Ohio State as well. And again, the possession arrow still pointing in the direction of the Buckeyes. Oden back on the floor. Here's Oden, Harris, and Ron Lewis.
It looked like they're going to try and use Oden to run a bump off and then lock him. Here they go.
Chisholm guards him. Conley in the lane. 12 on the shot clock. Lewis gets a high screen to switch with Chisholm. Takes the shot. And another 3 for Ron Lewis.
Oh, goodness, some early onions.
Under 2 to go.
Look at this.
Lawson with the... What a counter.
2 of the best shots, right? In the right hand.
1:45 to go. Oden's there.
And what a pass and the giveaway by Conley. Well, you don't know how far to go out and guard, guys, but you better be ready today. They lift you. The range is incredible. You've got to be there on the catch. If Eddie can put it on the deck. Lofton, rising, firing, and drilling.
Oden back at the line. He's 3 of 4 tonight. He's been shooting with his most natural right hand since the Wisconsin victory, 49-48. Recall he had the wrist injury, shot left-handed most of the year, and he gives the Buckeyes a 1-point lead. David Lighty off the bench.
And they're rotating. Oden, not used to this. He should, you know what I mean? Coach, what are you doing? And not that he's saying that, but he'll figure it out. Just getting them for the offensive end.
Buckeyes by 2.
Butler knows his guy's going to get a touch at some point. Lofton, he's got to be ready as soon as they get it near him.
Entry pass.
They try and take advantage of Conley.
Chisholm.
Oh, they're going to get Harris, I believe. Pretty good reaction by Lighty on the top side. Where a lot of nice things are happening as they get into the baseline. They close it off. Just a solid job, and you can see a little small change.
That's going to send Chisholm to the line. Shooting 2.
59 we mentioned. And the franchise is in. Wouldn't you call him that?
Wood. 1 more.
Oh, boy. They say there's blood on the shirt. So they've got to have a great corner man responding quickly or a new shirt. Well, I know he can do a lot of things. He just made blood disappear.
He's dotted the I in Ohio State.
Good catch.
Had help. Chisholm, 84-83, 18 to go. The trap. Timeout.
Nice job by Tennessee. A little wrinkle on that end.
68 seconds to go.